You have a multi-step word problem to work out tonight. So I'm going to give you a problem very much like the one you're working out tonight with different numbers. So let's read it. It says the width of David's rectangular tent is 5 feet. The length is twice the width. David's rectangular air mattress measures 3 feet by 6 feet. If David puts the air mattress in the tent, how many square feet of floor space will be available for the rest of his things? Okay, there's a lot in this question that is asking you to do. So we need to go through the steps one by one. What are we being asked to do? We're being asked to tell how many square feet of floor space will be available for the rest of his things, okay? And so inside of his tent, if he puts his air mattress in there. So we have to kind of visualize what's going on. What do we know? Some of the stuff we know is going to come right out of the problem, but the other things that we know need to come from notes that we have given you. So it says the width of David's rectangular tent is 5 feet. Now, we know that that is one of the sides. We also know, I'm going to circle that, by the way, that the width is 5 feet. But one thing we also know is in knowing the width, and it tells us the length. We know the width and the length of something, we know that we can find the area of something. What is area? That would probably be the third thing I would write down. Area is the total number of square units it takes to fill a space. So we are going to try to create a picture here that helps us visualize what David has. So we know he has a rectangular tent. So here I'm going to draw something that is about 5 feet. And this time I'm going to make squares on the inside to help myself visualize. So I know if I want it to be 5 spaces that are part of the rectangle, I know I'm going to use 4 lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just going to call these lines equal because we're dealing with this technology, but it's okay. So we know that this represents 5 feet. Okay? We know that the length is twice the width. So if the width is 5, I know that at least the length is going to be 5 more. So I'm going to make 5, 3, and 4. Please excuse the drawing on the technology, okay? So I have 5 going across. So, of course, I'm going to fill in the rest here because we're dealing with a rectangle. Our sides have to be the same. So I'm going to lengthen my lines. And if you can count, you can see that I have 5 squares down and 5 across. But it says that the length is twice as much as the width. The length is twice as much. So if we have 5 here, we need a whole nother 5 added to this. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm putting the squares in here so we can know how many square units are left when we're done. And even though this isn't the neatest picture, and it's only because of the technology, here we're going to have, I'm just going to continue my lines here so I can break this picture up to match. And I know I want 5 more columns going down. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now I have another part of this whole rectangle that is 5 because double or twice means 2 times. So I have 5 2 times in this equation, which means this side is really worth 10 feet. So if it's 10 feet up here, it's 10 feet down here, and it's still 5 feet over here. So it's 5 feet top to bottom, 10 feet from side to side. That's the length. That's one part. This is a multi-step problem. What they're telling us is that he puts his regular air mattress that measures 3 feet by 6 feet. So I'm going to count 3 feet. Now that I've drawn out the whole thing, I can actually draw his mattress in. So I'm going to start right here at the end. 3 feet, I know that I can go up and down. because that gives me 1, 2, 3 blocks to put it in by 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So I'm just going to draw this all the way around. This green part represents his air mattress. And everything around it represents what's left over after he puts his mattress. So then I simply just need to count what is left. So here I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm still counting square units that are left. So far there's 23. I'm counting around the green part. So as you can see, I was able to count to the number 32. So David has 32 square feet available for his things. And so even though your numbers are different, you are going to follow the same thinking process, the same kind of drawing. And I'm sorry if this appears so sloppy, but this is what you're going to do.